I can still smell it, that sweet, metallic rot of the smoke. Welcome to this explainer. Today, I want you to think of me as a wanderer, a survivor whispering a really dark, cautionary folktale right out of the ashes of history. We're stepping way back into the mud-slicked gutters of Bankside, straight into a tragedy forged in magic, malice, and absolute manipulation. This is the story of the Burning Globe, a place where a pox-ridden jester and an incredibly spiteful wizard didn't just, put on a play. No, they turned their audience into the script itself. Have you ever clapped so hard your bones literally snapped? Sounds like complete madness, right? Well, before we step into this wooden O of the past, I want you to take a second and look around at your own reality. The glowing screens you're watching right now, the feeds we all scroll through, these are our modern stages. And we, my friends, we are the new groundlings. The dark mechanics of social engineering and political stagecraft we're about to uncover, they aren't just ancient history. They're a warning. So let's see exactly how this trap was set.
Act 1. The Rotten Rind. This is where our architects of doom crawl out from the gutter slop of the city.
Okay, picture this. Out in front of the Globe Theater, their goal absolutely wasn't just to entertain people. You have the jester. He used to be the king's favorite, but now he's this furious castaway, raging at the laughter he just can't organically command anymore. So he strikes this dark pact right in the mud with a wizard whose magic is purely fueled by spite. And the jester doesn't kick things off with lofty, unapproachable speeches. Instead, he unleashes what we can only call weaponized prose. Just this wild river of earthy, incredibly salty language straight out of the gutter, designed to completely disarm his targets by being so seemingly vulgar and approachable. This right here was step 1 of his social engineering. He adopted this fast, loose, and kind of crude delivery. Imagine him whispering, "Come hither, thou rogue, let me tell thee a secret." He intentionally used thou and thee to weave this sticky web of false intimacy with the crowd packed into the pit. He made them feel like they were in on it, like co-conspirators. But he was setting them up, translating the whispers of a thief into a script that would very soon bind them way tighter than iron chains.
Act 2. The Alchemical Rehearsal. Let's take a look beneath the floorboards, where the true mechanics of this trap are actually set.
Down in the lower area of the stage, a place they fittingly called Hell, the wizard weaves his most crucial spell, the Ignis Fatuus, or Fool's Fire. Now, this isn't just a magic trick. It's the ultimate political mask. He casts a shimmering, essentially invisible veil across the entire stage. It acts as this calculated investment in deception. The whole goal is to mask reality so entirely that when the leaders finally reveal what they're actually doing, their reformation appears miraculous and radiant to the unsuspecting subjects they've trapped.
And to really spring the trap, the wizard brings in the art of foil. He strategically places enchanted mirrors all around the stage, but they don't reflect normal images. They reflect the audience's exact opposites back at them. Imagine looking into a mirror, and instead of yourself, you see this fiery knight made of pure steel, standing right beside a giant of absolute misrule. By forcing the crowd to see their own nature totally twisted through these reflections, the wizard literally shattered their sense of self. They were entirely disoriented.
With the audience totally confused, the stage was suddenly filled with counterfeits. What stood under those lights were hollowed-out puppets, artificially animated by bound spirits. And this revealed a terrifying reality about this hollow theater. Human connection? It was nothing but a disposable political asset. Authority was just a costume, a cheap theatrical prop on this stage of counterfeits, where the vibrant blood of the present was being manipulated purely to gain power.
Act 3. The Great Illusion. The play of mirrors and madness truly kicks into high gear.
Suddenly, a heavy chord strikes on a twisted harp, one strung with actual human hair, and the very heavens, the painted ceiling of the theater, literally begin to bleed. And it's right in the middle of this total chaos that the jester deploys his catechism of the scutcheon. His jokes, which started off so warm and earthy, turn into jagged razors. He starts this cynical deconstruction of literally everything the audience holds dear, completely dismissing honor as a mere scutcheon, a cheap funeral decoration. He systematically strips the crowd of their ideals until they have absolutely nothing left but the stark, physical reality of their own suffering. And then the trap snaps shut. The jester completely abandons his wild gutter slang. He straightens his posture. His voice drops into a rigid, terrifying rhythm. He shifts into the verse of command. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Disciplined, inescapable, iambic pentameter. This structured music acts as a signal of divine order. And the audience? having already been completely stripped of their minds, feels an overwhelming physical compulsion to just obey it.
Caught inside this inescapable, pounding rhythm, the audience hallucinates wildly. They look over at their neighbors and literally see demons. They look up at the stage and perceive a divine exit. And then, in that booming verse of command, the jester delivers the horrific climax. Applaud until your bones break. And they do. The sound of snapping human radii echoes through the space like rhythmic thunder. At this point, the globe is no longer a theater. It's a thresher of humanity. It's a laboratory of social engineering working at peak horrifying efficiency.
Act 4. The Final Bow. The exact moment the wizard's control shatters.
So, the fool's fire sparks, and it ignites the mercury-soaked timbers of the theater. The wizard instantly realizes he's failed. He desperately tries to navigate the labyrinth of time, casting spells to somehow redeem time, hoping to pause the flames and secure a future for himself. But the jester? Oh, the jester thrives in the perpetual now. He completely revels in the chaotic present he's engineered, not caring one bit about tomorrow.
The wizard's time magic completely fails. The great clock of the theater catches up to both of them. They are trapped by the heavy, metallic clink of duty, completely caught inside the burning architecture of their own political stagecraft. The very spells and words they use to manipulate the crowd. They've literally become the walls of their own fiery tomb. As the roof starts collapsing in this blinding crown of flame, the wizard desperately tries to teleport away, but the jester just grabs his robes, holding him fast right in the middle of the inferno. The jester laughs this final, rattling joke over the roaring fire. The show must go on. It's the ultimate proof that power, when breathed out through the mouth, ends up consuming both the ruler and the ruled. The globe burned all the way to the waterline that night, leaving nothing but a charred circle. I swear I can still hear their ghostly tittering drifting over the Thames to this day. Which brings me right back to you. The masks, the weaponized prose, that web of false intimacy, those rigid, structured commands. These alchemical traps didn't just die in the ashes of the globe. They evolved. They are living right now in the glowing rectangles in your hands. So I have to leave you with one final, chilling question. Take a really close look at the stagecraft around you. Are you still applauding on the stage of counterfeits?